Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at This Is 40. This is brought to us by Judd Apatow. We have the story of Pete and Debbie, and it's basically about their life and their married life with their children and their friends and their family and whatnot. This is not really a sequel to Knocked Up, another different movie by Apatow, if you haven't seen that. People who go in expecting something similar to Knocked Up are going to be really disappointed. This is not as lighthearted as Knocked Up was. Knocked Up was much more comedy. This is much more kind of a darker, grittier comedy, I guess. More of a not really the best way to it's a comedy. It's one of those dramedies, because it's kind of a real look at at married life. That not everything is fucking roses. I mean, people who are married, they fight, they have differences, and at times they may break up, or they may be on that verge where they feel like they're going to break up, where things feel so bad, and a lot of people aren't going to get that. And I think that if you are near my age, like I am, who I'm in my 40s, if you're around that age, if you've been married for a while, or you've been with someone a long time, it's just things that I think can be lost on someone younger. Not everyone. There will be some younger people who will get it, but a lot of it I think is going to be lost on them, because they're going to be like, these two people fucking hate each other. How can they be married? And that's the thing, though, is that there's a lot of married couples, but when you see them, I have friends like this, where if you didn't know them and you just caught glimpses of them, you would think, how are they fucking together? Those people fucking hate each other. But you know that there's a lot more to them, and that's what you kind of get with this movie, where there's obviously a lot more than just these little snippets you see, that the anger that's there. There is an intense love there as well. And I think it plays out really well. So like I said, not a comedy in the way that Knocked Up is, and you don't have Seth Rogen and I forget the actress' name, who are the main characters in Knocked Up. They're not in here. They're mentioned a few times, and Pete and Debbie, Apatow and Leslie Mann, Pete and Debbie actually were in Knocked Up as the characters Pete and Debbie. So there is a tie-in to that. You've also got some other good, strong supporting cast with, you got Jason Segel playing this kind of, he's like an exercise kind of nut job, kind of like a health guru type guy. You've got John Lithgow as the, kind of long lost father, who's been out of the life for a long time. On Debbie's side, then you have Albert Brooks as the very clingy, very needy dad on Peter's side. And then you got Megan Fox, who this is a role I don't hate her in. I normally don't like her, because she doesn't have to act much. All she has to do, she is basically there as she's the pretty girl, which, if I didn't know who she was and how her personality was, I could find her somewhat attractive. But I know too much about her as a person where I don't. But she serves the purpose she needs to serve in this movie. And then you also have Chris O'Dowd, who, if you've ever seen IT Crowd, he's great. I think he's a little underutilized. It's a shame that he has such a small role, because he is a very, very funny guy. Scale of 1 to 10. Well, if you're like me, it's kind of like looking in a mirror, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of things that reflect things that I've gone through, or things that I have friends that have gone through, and just this is 40. This is, there's a lot of things that ring true. If you're like in your 20s, a lot of this is going to be like old people going, in my day, we walked 1,000 miles to the grocery market, and we paid a nickel for a drop of milk that we had to carry in our hands back home uphill in the snow while dinosaurs tried to eat us. Like I said, a lot of the humor is going to be lost on younger people, and they're not going to find it as funny, especially if they saw Knocked Up first. So that's all I have for this one. Until next time, you all stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.